finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. the finish line. Hey, the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching the VBR iRacing Network, presented in part by W Energy. You can use code VBR24 for 20% off your order from now until September. Joining me booth tonight is a good friend of mine, Jason. Jason, how's your night going tonight so far?
Well, I just finished a call, and I'm back over here. You asked me for a little bit of assistance, so I'm come over here. We're going to watch some racing. That's what we're looking at.
Indeed, there we are, Jason. Well, Jason, this is probably your first time watching a race like this. And it is 50 laps the distance here tonight at Talladega. So that's roughly about, 133 miles, Jason, tonight we're going?
What it looks like, I was looking at, I'm just getting caught up. So you got 2 tires in here. Fuel limit's going to be at 50%, so you're running the B car, it looks like. With the B car, 50% fuel, it could be short pit cycles on 50 laps. That's going to be the big factor here. If they can keep it green with 1 fast repair, it'd be a lot of pit stops.
Well, we've broadcasted for these guys before. I can say they can keep it green pretty much. But they do get exciting here at times, Jason.
Well, good. That's what you want. Talladega racing, if there's money on the line, that's you want exciting racing. You don't want to just have a race go, nonchalantly.
No, you do not, because I participated in a race for a little bit of money before I even were on the air, before this race even happened, let's just say. It did not end well going to turns 3 and 4 on the first lap for me, 3 wide as well.
Well, I tell you what, I'm excited to see what these drivers are doing. Looks like they're out there qualifying right now, finishing up qualifying. It looks like, I do believe they've got a little bit of longer session. They're going to be ready to go. You're going to have your starting grid coming up here in about 30 seconds. I need to get something to drink, so I'm going to do that. And while I do that, I know that Mike's going to talk about this a little bit more. Mike, I'll be right back.
Sounds good, Jason. Yeah, this is pretty much some good racing. These B-Class cars provide a lot of fun racing. Instead of it being like the Gen 5 car at Talladega or the trucks, their handling's right in the middle, I would say. But it all depends on how you set it up, but this is a fixed setup. So pretty much staying in the draft, staying out of the trouble, and remember, race fans, it's not if, it's when the big one's going to strike here at Talladega. Here we got Sean Colbert on board saying, yeah, let's go racing, drivers. And Duck Duck Goose says, crank it up. Yes, we will crank it up and enjoy the sounds of iRacing a little bit later on. But yeah, it is time to bring it down to your starting grid, presented by W Energy. But first, let's take a look at your race day info. Here's a look at your race day info presented by W Energy. Talladega Super Speedway here from McCullough Motorsports Racing. 27 degrees Celsius, 20% humidity, clear skies, 21 2 km/h wind. Track temperature is 28 degrees Celsius. Track length is 2.66 miles. And we are in Talladega, Alabama, inside Lincoln, Alabama, inside of Talladega County. And now let's send it down to your starting grid. On the pole and roll number 1 will be the 12 of Eden Eckert and the 59 of Mark Vondel. Pole number 2 will be the Matt Lee in the 04 and the 73 of Ryan Beast. Pole number 3 will be the 10 of Jordan Haynes and the 23 of Chris Walker. Pole number 4 will be the number 8 of Chase Merkista and the 45 of Sean Colbert. Pole number 5 will be the 87 of Jonathan Herbert and the 77 of Scott Stevens Jr. Pole number 8 will be the 89 of Trevor Arnsworth and the number 18 of Dylan Jones. Pole number 11 will be the 92 of John Ward and the 9 of Joshua McCullough. Rounding out your field will be the 760 of Heath Job and the 14 of Joel Mulholland. The boss man himself in the 03 will be Kenneth McCullough Jr. and in the 661, Joey Galtley. And that is your field, ladies and gentlemen, as let's get ready to go racing. They're still pacing. As it is time for those race fans to get up on your feet, make some noise as we are coming out. You're going through turns 1 and 2. On your feet, let's make some noise as lights go off on the pace car. As all you fans, I can hear you getting. I felt the energy all day, all morning, race fans. It is time to get up out of your feet, make some noise, start screaming your favorite driver's name. Are we going to see a first try winner on the VBR network? Are we going to see a repeat winner? We'll find out in 50 laps as our pace car is pulling us down into turns 3 and 4, making their way into the Geico restart zone. As we're getting ready to go in turns 3 and 4, head to the Geico restart zone. And once this pace car pulls off, that quiet little rumble you hear is about to turn to a loud roar. So just enjoy this quiet little rumble you guys are about to listen to around where it is about to get crazy at Talladega. I can see you fans already getting excited. I can see the fans starting to stand up as I can feel the stands rumbling, bumbling, stumbling as I can hear the clanking of the seats folding up. Fans are on their feet, coming out of 4. Pace car pulls down the pit lane, and unlike Daytona, where the Geico restart zone would be about right here, in Daytona, Talladega's little sister, it's right here would be the Geico restart zone, but no, Geico restart zone is at the start-finish line for Daytona, as let's go racing on the VBRN as we're underway at Talladega. Urquhart, Blondell side by side, but the 04 of Matthew Lee pushes him out front. Looks like we're starting to see a little bit of 3 wide action early as we have trying to ask for help or fall back, and that's a 73. 73 of base, falling back and falling back fast. As now we're starting to see a little bit more 3 wide action now as we have another guy trying to go 3 wide and you like inside back. That is the USA car. The number 59 of Vondel. He decided to fall back here as well. Right now you guys are seeing these 2 guys that are leading the lines of the inside and outside lane right now. They're running full throttle while everyone else like Matthew Lee, Conquista, Burbs, they're all running quarter to half throttle right now as well, and that's going to save fuel. That's going to be another way to win at Talladega with the pit stop, the pit strategy here, because if we have to pit under constant, with a handful of laps to go and a handful of laps to fuel, that's what you call the money stop, as we are back side by side battle for the lead.
So far, so good, it looks like here.
Now, Jason, what do you think your keys of victory would be here tonight?
So I want to be there at the end. You want to be in position to win. That's going to be the biggest thing about this racetrack is being in position to win, and having a friend.
Either having a friend is kind of important, but when it comes down to those final handful of laps, you would think no friends. No one's your friend. We're all going for the win. What do you think?
Well, I would say out of turn 4, last lap, nobody's my friend. Up until that point, if I've got clear skies ahead, I'm going to be trying to make sure that I'm as big as possible. Back straightaway, 3 wide for the 73 back there. It looks like a good opportunity for, I think it's biased out there, 24-25 on the I rating. He's off 4 for the start of the race. Does look like he is trying to make a single lane by himself up there. He is making ground, a little side draft from him to the 23, 77 on the bottom side.
You did, Jason. Remember, Jason. I don't know why you want to try to go 3 wide this early. Jason, when it comes to green flag pit stops, if we have it, with this field be mostly Chevys, how do you think that's going to work out for these Ford and Toyotas if we put under green?
If I want, if I'm a Chevy, I want a Ford pushing. That's what I want. I want a Ford to be there because the Fords have some of the best noses when it comes to super speedways. You see it in the NASCAR Cup Series. You see it in the Xfinity Series. There's a ton to be said when it comes to what the Fords can do. They have some of the best and most solid noses on the fronts of these, not only on the Xfinity cars, but also on the next generation Cup car and on the trucks.
I agree there, Jason, because as you did state on the truck, so both Toyotas and Ford both have a flatter nose than the Chevys.
Chevrolets do on the trucks. They do have a very flat nose, but it's a very curved flat nose. There's a very solid flat portion on the nose of where the splitter hangs that keeps these cars in tandem. Right now, the 23 a little free right there. Trying to get to the back bumper to the 89. Battle on the outside. Back to 2x2 as they continue to push. 9 of McCullough has gained about 6 spots there, but he's going to be trying to push back to the outside. He's seen 3 wide here again.
We will eventually be seeing 3 wide again, Jason, but I think a lot of these guys right now are trying to save as we only are 5 out of 50 here. 45 laps to go, coming to 44 to go at the line here, Jason.
9 runs the fastest lap of the race, 49.84. We see 6 spots gained again. There's Galati back here, Joey the Galati the third in a 6.61 at 6 spots. You don't want to lose the draft. That's the one thing you don't want to do. Right now, about a second separating the field as the 18th driver of the field is going to run the 03. Carrying into the bottom side, this little 4-pack right here. Kind of got to watch what they have going on. One of the things you got to be careful as well is you got to be careful not to blow the engine of these cars. They overheat on these big super speedways very easily. And right now, big shove to the bottom side. 89 goes to the lead on the bottom.
Indeed, Jason. That's why you see some of these guys looking like they're getting loose. They're moving, swerving in and out, but you mainly see it on the straightaways here, Jason. Trying to get air to that radiator because once those engine tips start to skyrocket, you're going to want to get away from the pack a little bit and let those engine tips cool off. Because otherwise, if you're in the middle part, the first row in the line, and you're side by side and that engine blows, that could be the start of the big one, Jason.
You look at the 77. The 77 is looking at an outside lane, keeping the 73 close. The big deal here, to be able to be as straight as possible, you're going to move to be able to carry some momentum. Right now, as Trevor in the 89, apologies if I don't know how to say your name, he moves up to try to pull that outside lane, but I'm telling you, that 7, the 7 car to the bottom, he is the 10. It's Jared Haynes on the bottom. 7 on the car, 10 on the relative is what you're going to be seeing. He's able to keep that car right behind him. That's going to be Chris Walker, the 23. Oh, Haynes out of the race. Blinks out there. 89 to the bottom.
We also can't count out the 03 of Kenneth McCullough Jr., who's also the boss man as well. Who's out there tonight as well.
Gosh, one of the 9 still trying to work the outside lane. The more you lead, the more fuel you burn. And we're not seeing any kind of saving right now. Still drivers running under 50-second laps, 49.94 for your leader. Chris Walker on the outside lane. Trevor at the 89 on the bottom side. It just ran a 49.94. Matt Lee out of the throttle a little bit. The 04 has been running about 50 seconds, 50.13 last time by. Jonathan Herbert, 50.17 back at 9th. 10 spots gained for the 8th spot, 661. And Trevor up 10 spots as well, the two biggest mover of the race. Vondell has been the driver that's fallen off the most spots, off 11, besides Jared Haynes, who had a connection issue just a moment ago.
We're on board here currently with Joshua McCall, and you can kind of see how kind of difficult it would be running mid-pack. As you can see, he's currently quarter to mid-throttle right now as he's trying to go through wide here down the Talladega Superstore, trying to get into that radiator, trying to keep the engine shift from skyrocketing. As you can see on onboard right now, his oil and water temp are both at a little over 200 right now. But McCullough using that side drive to his advantage as he's trying to go through wide by himself, Jason.
Drivers hitting the bottom side of the apron. That's not what you want to do. These cars will get free as the tires wear out. The 9 able to make some ground there. But the big issue here is once you go 3 wide and you try to pick some drivers off, the moment that inside lane moves down, you lose a lot of ground. You kind of move backwards right now. Back 5 spots in the outside lane, only 10th as the bottom side tries to roll forward. Herbert sees the inside lane making a little bit of progress. The 9 wants to see somebody go to the outside with him, and right now nobody giving up that ground.
You also put like this too, with Toyota's up front right now, now it's Chevy leading outside lane now as well, Jason. You gotta think. With almost everyone being on the bottom though, almost divided up into 2 different packs here, how will that play out here with this tandem draft on one pack and then the rest of the packs side by side racing?
Then normally what we see in iRacing is we see that the tandem draft creates a wind tunnel. So the drivers that are within that relative margin of being in the draft are going to be able to back into the throttle a lot more quickly than what you expect. The moment that the drivers like Sean Corbett back into the 45, the moment that they lose that air package or the air draft or they start separating themselves is the moment that they're going to have to piece themselves back together to be able to move forward. Momentum is everything when it comes to super speedways, and momentum is everything when it comes to the 50 laps that you're going to see tonight. So those are going to be big keys and big aspects. We're 11 laps complete this time by 12 underway. 50 is a long way to go. We're going to see these drivers thinking about 15, 18 laps when it comes to the pit cycle. That's not a lot of laps. A little big slide down for the 77.
18 laps is not a lot either. Think about it, Jason. But they could probably push it to get about, if they save, maybe 23 of that. That's going to be challenging.
Well, if you think about the fuel mileage in these cars, so the trucks at Talladega get about 25 to 28 laps. The Xfinity cars get between 28 and 34 laps on a fuel cycle. Cup cars get between 35 and 40 laps, depending on what they can do, depending on how much they save. So we'll start seeing these drivers thinking about pit road somewhere in that. If you can save a couple of laps of fuel, right now you see the separation. You see the drivers now starting to separate. The 45 dropping back here to try to cycle. That second pack is going to have to close themselves back in and get themselves running. If they can run enough laps in these first 2 stints, if they stays green, to be able to have a pack together. Now you see them organized, get single file, big push coming just ahead. These drivers are going to have to really, really think about if this does run green. If this runs green, when do I come to pit road? Do I save enough fuel to be able to do so?
Indeed they do, but we also take into account too, it's not if, but when it's going to happen too.
You know, could be last lap. Could see 2x2 from the front row back to the third row here as they continue to push. The 9 still trying to work his way forward. That is Joshua McCullough still pushing. John Malohan runs the fastest lap of the race. That's a number 14, 49.43 this time by. So drivers getting faster as the cars get lighter.
That is a thing to point out too, Jason. The lighter you're going to get, and that's what you don't want, because if that increases your chances of maybe going airborne if you hit the air properly, if you get wreck here. So unlike the Cup cars, they don't have that new diffuser on the driver's on the passenger side now too.
These cars are all about horsepower, and it's all about, when it comes to restrictor plate racing, it's all about getting yourself until 89 drops down, almost smacks the bottom side of the apron there. That's one of the things you don't want to do. You don't want to scrub your tires as the leader unless you're trying to pull the driver to you to be able to push on the back straightaway. When you make an aggressive move, you lose the ground, just like you're seeing with the 73 and the 9 working the outside lane. They're both going to be able to clear. And right now, 73 drops down, aggressive into the corner. Is going to check up the inside lane. That is not the move you want to do. You can almost get yourself turned in that regard. So a great save by the 89, being able to be out of the throttle. 73 working the inside lane.
It does look like Jared Haynes might have decided to call it a night, and we're now seeing that it looks like he's taking his QRD super behind the wall. Looks like he's just on a night.
Speeds in excess of 200 miles an hour on the Xfinity Cup car. The Xfinity cars here in the Xfinity Cup car. This is not a Cup car. This is the... Well, they run between 2019 and 2020 when it comes to the year models of these cars that you're going to see. Drivers thinking about finding some extra room. We'll see if this cycle is a big game of leapfrog is what you're going to see. Again, being there at the end is going to be the big factor here. Now we're seeing everybody try to pull themselves back together. There's a driver just a little bit off. Sean Corbett back here. He's going to have to really save a little bit of that room. He does not want to lose any part of that gap, because if one of these drivers moves out of the way just ahead of him, it's going to cause him, especially Heath Job in that 760. You got to keep yourself close. As much as you're trying to, one, save fuel, but also save your car to try to avoid a big wreck here. You want to give yourself enough room, but you don't want to give yourself so much room that you lose the gap. If this road's green, that's a bad situation.
Here's a look at the dashboard of Kenneth McCullough Jr. It looks like he's getting roughly about 190 into the corner, 190 around 188 as well, Jason, for Kenneth McCullough Jr.
There's 190 on corner exit, and what you're going to see on the straightaways is that they're going to be about half, three-quarter throttle. 192 is what I'm seeing on our end. Again, backing out of the throttle, just kind of managing. Right now, Matt Lee is going to be your race leader, leading on the outside lane. Big push from the 8 of Mistretta. Chase Mistretta there in the 8. Big push, right side of the bumper here. That's exactly where you want to be if you're trying to push into the corner. Down to the straightaway, it just seems like Matt Lee was out of the gas there. Now we'll have to try to battle back. Inside lane being a little bit more protective. 12 keeping the 8 close.
Well, Jason, it's going to be interesting here when it comes to pit stops with this outside lane here. Not having to wait. We're on 17 laps of this fuel stint here. But count. Pit window's open. Let's see how things are getting ready to play out here, Jason. I was Jason off by thinking about short pitting it. If a caution came out, I could have a higher chance of being away from the fence and having a higher chance of getting good track position on the next restart, Jason.
We've seen a lot of the drivers cycle out of that lead position, so that's allowing these drivers to save. The times have fallen off. Some of the best laps, the 49.9s, the 49.4s, the 49.5s, fastest lap of the race around that 49.4 mark. And right now they're running 50.5. So what they're doing is they're not running as fast or as hard as what you would expect. These cars are lighter. They're going to be out of the throttle a lot more often. I do believe a lot of drivers are right now conscious about doing it. I say that, and here they go. Inside lane coming to pit road.
Indeed there, Jason. Looks like don't lock up the tires. That's what you do not want to do here, Jason. Or you can get the speeding police to catch you either, Jason.
Well, it can happen. We'll see how many drivers get Get some black flags here. Again, that second group, we see a lot of the drivers that were part of that second group. Well, guess what? They saved a lot of fuel running back where they did, and now they've got a little single file stretch. We'll see if they come to pit road together.
And you there, Matthew Lee, though. You knew your leader right now, too.
Lee, Mistretta, Eckert, Mullahan, McCullough, Jones, Jones, all out there still on the track right now. 18 of Jones will be the last driver to hit the pit lane when they come in. Sean Corbett is going to be leaving pit lane. He's going to be one of the tail-end drivers here that are going to do so. Everybody taking a little bit of fuel, a little bit of tire. That's where they're at. Ooh, how about 4 wide into pit lane? This is one of the things about super speedway racing. They do go 3 and 4 wide into pit lane. They funnel back to 2x2. Ethan Eckert will lead on pit road. Go ahead.
You also have to be easy when you go to exit the pits, too, because you could easily spin your tires here, and that could cause you to go for what I like to call a spin cycle. And ruin your day fast.
We're gonna see a lot of drivers here. Again, if they didn't take tires, if they didn't at least take right side tires, a lot of drivers took fuel. So 9 seconds of on a pit stall here is going to be close to just fuel only. 10 seconds was not to be able to change right side tires. 14, 15 seconds is going to be a full tire cycle. Sean Corbett, one of the drivers that took tires, sees himself out there all by himself.
Here they come, Jason. The guys that pitted first, they're coming, and they're already at the
well, Matt Lee and Ethan Eckert, John Mullahan, and McCullough, they didn't lose a lot of ground here. Those drivers actually will cycle out to the lead here. They're going to be up to speed as now that second pack led by the 87 of Jonathan Herbert. He's going to be the driver that is going to cycle here. Right now, Kenneth McCullough is going to be swallowed up by these drivers. He's kind of stuck in a rock and a hard spot here. 3/4 second back, not enough to really keep the draft. To watch these drivers get into this get to this speed. Going to make a pass there on the outside. Going to go right bomb by him.
Jason, I can't say this about Talladega. If you haven't been, a bunch of rednecks pretty much winning this race right now on both front and back stretch races and all around the infield.
Matt Lee, Ethan Eckert, going to be your 1-2. Oh, how about it now? We're going to see it 3 wide. I think the gloves are off.
Yeah, we're approaching halfway to races now. So now would be the time to start thinking about getting track position now too, as we are on lap 23 of coming to lap 23 of 50 this time by.
Before it gets bumped out of the way there, so Matt Lee trying to utilize that bottom side of the race line. Corbett a little ways off pace, 17.5 seconds. There's a chance here if he can keep himself clean. These drivers get a little bit dicey here. Trying to roll forward, 9 to McCullough. That's going to be Joshua McCullough. Nice spot. That we saw earlier trying to go 3 wide. Finds himself on the bottom side of the racetrack here. Running 3rd and line, keeping everybody close.
And you did, Jason. Now, Jason, one time we had a race here at Talladega for the trucks for these guys. The way it finished, they were wrecking behind them as the top 4 guys were 4 wide going into turns 1, going into the race, and wrecking behind them. Can you believe that? 4 wide and 3 and 4 coming to the
I've seen it. I've seen 4 and 5 and 10 wide. And
there's only one rule at super speedways, and it's can't pass below double yellow. Unless, of course, you're avoiding an accident. Right now we have the 2 now trying to battle for the lead now too, and that's the 2 looks like we're hearing some stuff. There's some more guys down here coming in laughing like how it's not happening. Yeah, and they're saying for the Cody Haynes, like David Quiglin said, I hope they give him a refund. So that Well, race fans, it is getting dicey now, Jason. What do you say?
I think they calm back down. That's part of what I've been seeing here is just drivers just try to figure the line out. Again, they want to be able to make this work for the end. They're going to have another green flag pit stop. Again, coming to that 20 lap cycle. Between 15 to 18 laps, if they can save enough fuel, they could be able to run a little bit longer. But we're going to see these drivers really just have to manage their pace.
Now, Kenneth McCullough driving the iconic black number 3, leading the inside line now as well. Now, the person that I'm sad that's not here tonight is Cody Nagels. He's won a lot here on the BBR Racing Network, and he's good at that play. Kenneth McCullough doing it up front in the iconic black
Man, oh man.
Number 2 is the 14 of, well, hold on. A bunch of these paint stints. You know what paint are fixed numbers instead of instead of sim stamp. And that's what's throwing me off up here.
Well, it happens quite a bit. That's the reason why we always say, hey, it's the 2 on the inside lane, but it's going to be the 14 on your relative there, folks. You see Mullahan on the bottom side try to make that, Mullahan on the outside try to make that work. 2 and the 3 on the bottom. Matt Lee working the outside of the 04-12. Right behind is going to be Ethan Eckhart.
I'm going to show you guys for the final 25 laps. Jason, why don't we say we take it to the sounds of iRacing for a few minutes? Let's crank it up. Welcome back to Talladega Superspeedway. Hope you guys enjoy the sounds of iRacing. Because as you can tell, our stuff isn't as set up as what it was. As I ran into a little bit of PC issues on mine, but we'll get all that.
Yeah, no worries. We're trying to make sure we're helping him out over here. We're going to make sure that Mike has what he needs to be able to get his audio back in check, folks. Again, we're looking at the comments in chat, just trying to check on what was going on out there, folks. And we're going to make sure that the audio kind of levels out. So just all the good feedback out there. fantastic job of trying to put this thing together and get it working. He had to go through some PC repair shops and get this thing worked out. So we appreciate all the feedback and all the comments out there. Thank you so much. If you like the stream, make sure that you like for the VBR Racing Network. Helps that algorithm do its job for Mike and for he will get better, and the stream will get better and ever improving.
And fun fact for you guys too, you guys can use code VBR24 for 20% off the order from now until September. Into September. That's VBR24 for 20% off from now until end of September. At w.gg. Now, Jason, as we're coming to 19 to go, when do you think the final pit stop, the money stop's going to happen? As we have some lap traffic in the way.
38, between 38 and, between 36 and 40. Well, when the driver, and here's my thing, if I've got some people out there I'm going to be working with, those people are going to be the ones that I'm going to say, hey, you know, we need to make sure we have enough fuel. Can we stay within the big pack? Can we make it a pit road? At a certain point, tires will become an issue, as you see the drivers still really kind of fanning out right now. They're going to start getting more and more loose. Corbett gets the free pass, or will be the first driver to be looking for a free pass through. Corbett goes a lap down. Checking through the field. Pretty much at any point, anything can happen at any given moment. 18 laps to go.
Now, what I like to say is, we are 5 minutes away from rush hour here at Talladega. What I call rush hour is the final 15 laps, because that's where things will get dicey. More than likely, we'll see all the cautions, if any. What's your thought on that?
You have to say that again. Sorry, my audio's a little bit.
What's your thought on that, Jason? About 15 laps to go, when I consider rush hour kicking in, that's when we'll start to be seeing 3 wide and maybe a few cautions.
After the green-white after the not green-white check, but after the green-white pit stops, that's what I'm going to start seeing things kind of feel like it's going to be like a champagne cork bottle just being shaken. You know, at a certain point, the pressure is just going to start building, and right now we're kind of seeing drivers right. There's not really that many aggressive moves. Now, the bottom side of the race line right there drops below the apron. And right now we'll see Lee drop to the bottom. And you're seeing drivers kind of get pushed down to the bottom side of the racetrack. That's not what you want to see. If you're you want to ride for a moment here, get yourself to pit road, get yourself in and out of pit road cleanly. You're seeing drivers move to the bottom side of the racetrack, so you know that green flag pit stop's going to happen soon. That outside lane might run just a little bit longer.
You guys got to think about this too, Jason. That inside lane though is the fastest way around this racetrack right now too. You got to put it like that too, Jason.
It won't be in about 10 laps. It'll be about whoever can push the hardest and keep the other drivers close.
Oh, also remember though, you can't lock up bumpers in the Xfinity series like you can in the Cup series either. You gotta remember that too.
But you can do it on iRacing. These cars push.
Oh,
04 to the outside, try to block the lane or try to carry the momentum. Either way, the 04 moves up high. 14 will be on the bottom side.
You also have the 12 and the 3 of McCullough Jr. battling it out right now too. And the 9 of Joshua McCullough pushing his dad.
14 leads the inside lane. There's going to be the 03. Again, the 9. We were watching the 9 try to put 3 wide. Now we have, again, you can almost see everything happening there.
I think it's the pit stops are getting ready to happen because as you can tell, the different gaps in the height in the inside lane and outside lane, how they're starting to split up a little bit. I think they're communicating with each other in their race comms that they can use communicating with the team and the other drivers out there. I think they're talking about getting ready to pit or not, as I do not know. I do not know if they're talking about that or not. We'll just have to call it as we see it. The 04 makes another massive block, and this man will make another block onto the inside lane now, trying to take their momentum.
The drivers called out pits, so we're going to see some drivers come to pit lane now. Looks like they're coming to pit road. So it'll be back here 12th, 13th. Inside lane, maybe try to bring those drivers together. They're going to be able to make it on fuel just fine. They might even be able to make it with a green, white checkered attempt. So we'll see how the longer that you're going to be able to run, we'll kind of see. We'll see how it is. The front group's going to be able to split off here. Steven Scott on pit road. Oh, somebody missed pit lane. That's going to be Herbert there. Jonathan Herbert coming to pit lane. I go back and look at it. He just missed pit lane, locked it, and just didn't get down to speed at all.
And here's another look at it here on the VBR instant replay. That's again like I was talking about, you tire lockup. You want to be on those brakes, but not too hard enough where you can slow down fast, but not hard enough where you lock up your brakes as well.
Steven Scott coming off pit road. Heath Job, John Ward coming off pit road as well. Jonathan Herbert's going to have that black flag. It's going to have to be cleared. Sean Corbett coming off pit road as well. We'll try to catch back up to these drivers.
It's going to be hard to do it as now we're coming down to 12 to go. So now you're thinking money stop. Just a splash and go. Well, I think some of these guys will be thinking right now. There's no caution. I just want to splash and go so I have enough to get to the end.
Just fuel. That's what I'd be looking at. Tires can feel a little bit shaky toward the end of this, but you can run these tires off. I've only seen tires blow up on a super speedway a handful of times. That's not something you want to see happen, and that's usually because of over-aggressive driving on the bottom side of the race line. That's usually it. Drivers peeled off the pit road. You see him take a wide berth there. Drivers getting down early. 59 missing pit lane. 89. Man, oh man.
And that's what you don't want to have, mistakes on pit road. Because that could really kill you at a super speedway this late in the race. If you don't have a caution for that.
Steven Scott, Heath Job, John Ward. That three-car pack right there. Going to be looking to try to pull themselves. Ethan Eckert, Matt Lee, Dylan C. Jones. Going to be your top three. I think it's Gelati or Galati. He's going to be out there with Mistretta. Just enough fuel to be able to get a quick pit stop here. Von Dell's going to be on pit road with a black flag, your outside pole sitter.
And here they come, Jason. Not trying to pit stops. Don't make the mistakes. And we're seeing some tire lockup, Jason. With the 8 and a few others as well, Jason. Did you notice any of that tire lockup as well?
Oh, Mark Von Dell getting his black flag taken care of.
And here's the race onto pit road. As you can tell from my pit road camera. Who's going to win the race off pit road? Here they come, this final pack here on the final round of pit stops. L2 wins it.
Driver's going to be up to speed. You're going to see the 73, the 03. Momentum is going to be everything. They're going to catch back up. Most of this field's going to stack back up together, but now it's going to be all about who's going to be able to send it. Dylan C. Jones all over the back bumper of Matt Lee right now, because there is a group that is flat getting with it. Heath Job a part of them.
As you can see it already, Jason, they're already starting to get back 2x2 here again already.
Matt Lee taking over the lead out. I was going to say the outside lane's rolling.
Jason, I think I can say, I think it's safe to say, and the race is on.
10 laps to go. They're rolling. This Walker, your race leader now, as biased goes. Mullahan rolling to the bottom side.
And there's trouble.
Oh, baby. Somebody going through a pit road exit.
What a save by the 04. As they're going 3 wide into turn 1 and 2.
Matt Lee got shoved down to the bottom side.
Good Good thing it was on the bottom
That's-
side there, Jason, because that could have been that could have been trouble.
Little racing deal there for Kenneth.
And lap traffic, 3 wide. This thing should be interesting. What do you think, Jason?
Vondell's going to be rolling. Going to be able to close back in. Would be the battle for the lucky dog between he and the 87 of Herbert, who is trying to close back in as well. Anything can happen. Outside lane progressing. 23, big bomb from the 03 of Kenneth McCullough.
Big bump by the 14 as well. On the 73 as well. Now it's a battle for the lead between the 23 right now as well, Jason.
13, John Mullahan. Mullahan in up 13. Kenneth McCullough Jr. up 13. They're going to swap back and forth, side-by-side racing here. This driver's going to work. Dillasey Jones inside on that road. Big shove. Big shoves are going to happen. Somebody can blow an engine. Somebody's going to be able to make this thing happen. Now, sooner than later, can they do it? Here the drivers talk about the 03. Clears the 23. Gets burned up on the inside. Good ears. Good listening here by all the drivers talking to each other.
I'm willing now to, I guess, shot a quick message over to our race controllers here where they can let the top head over to the right, head over for post-race stuff after the checkered flag's been taken. As they're side by side with more lap traffic coming into play, and that's the 12.
Ethan Eckert drops back. He's going to fall in line. There's that battle once again for that lucky dog spot. Lee off pace just a little bit here. Does have some help behind him, so if he can keep it clean, he'll be able to stop. 3 wide coming.
You're right, coming indeed, Jason. Now's the time you want to do it. As we're coming to 5 laps to go, Jason. These are the things will show why it's Talladega. Make or break your race.
Little lap traffic goes a long way. It's gonna help anybody who's up there. Anybody who's up there in the money. Gonna be going.
I think it's a top 5 payout tonight, Jason. Which I do not know. Guess I'll be
3
good
wide on the outside here. Drivers trying to hold on to the cars. A lot of drivers are getting the cars high. That's a big momentum. 3 wide, 5 laps to go. Walker, based in Walker. If I'm saying your name wrong, I do apologize. It's a part of it.
Jason, I can't say this. It's a battle between McCullough, Based, Bullhorn now. Anything can happen here.
It's far from over. 3 to the outside. It's going to be the 03 on the outside. It's going to be there to decide that. 03 trying to get somebody to push behind him. It's going to be the 77 of Scott. Steven Scott pushing.
4 to go. Come on, 4 laps to go. Now, Jason, it's going to be a rush coming from 3 and 4 through the tri-oval and to the line. That's where there's going to be no fence. Oh, they're wrecking! They're wrecking! And we'll be seeing a GWC. The big one strikes.
Matt Lee's going to be celebrating here. You know he is. Mullahan's going to be up 15 now, able to keep it clean. Here's what happened.
Why don't you say we take it down to the BBR instant replay, see what happens. Break this down. Looks like it all started by a side draft gone wrong by the 77 here. So why don't we go on board with the 23 and see what he saw when this whole thing popped off. Speed, yeah, bump gone wrong, tried to save all crashing. A bunch of engines are getting blown right now too, Jason.
I truly think that there was more netcode involved in that than anything else. So
any other angles you want to check out, Jason?
So watching on board from my point of view, the 73 and the 23, good shoves here. If I'm looking overhead, the far chase view, and I'm watching the 3 and the 77, good battles there. 23, a little seesaw to the right side. The 3 down the side draft netcode from the 77. Yeah. Scott had some left front nest code. Scott had some left front net code. Let me speak correctly here. On the 23.
Now, here's you guys
that's
a look at it what happened in slow motion while we try to gather a list of all the drivers involved for you. Trying to one of them, it looks like the 77, the 23, the 3, the 9. You know, I can see that too, some netcode involved as well. Then, the big one strikes. It's like also the 760, the 73 involved. The 89, the John Ward involved. The 9.
Eckert should be your lucky dog here. He's going to come around.
And a whole heap of them were involved. And that's how you say it's not if but when. Jason? GW, green light checkers. I think it's 3 attempts, Jason. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. 3 attempts tonight here.
I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, 3 attempts.
Now, how many attempts?
Race says three attempts.
How many attempts do you think it's going to take for green light checkers here? Knowing
I don't know.
Anything can still happen here at Talladega.
I don't know. Depends on how aggressive it's going to be.
And I think there's no fast repairs tonight too. So that could really make or break your race as well, Jason. If you're involved and you had a bunch of damage.
There's 1 fast repair tonight, so everybody's good. Excuse me.
Normally, you don't see that in these McCullough races. Normally, they don't have a fast repair normally. But I think they're changing it up tonight with knowing what can happen for the money.
It says 1 fast repair, 50% fuel, 2 sets of tires.
So you know, everyone took everyone took maybe a set of right sides, I would think, and another splash and go probably.
Possibly.
Because think your right sides are more than your left. So if you wanted to put on the green for a money stop, I would just take splash and go. If you're pitting under yellow, throw some right sides on there and take a splash and go. First caution on the night. Looks like it's going to be 14 of Mohan, Jones, Restrita, Lee, and Scott, your top 5 here. As the lights go off on the pace car, which means we're going green next time by for 2-lap for a 5-mile shootout to see who's going to win here at Talladega.
Yeah, 13 drivers in the lead lap. Mondell's going to be, going to be the next driver. Yeah, Vondell's going to be looking for that next free pass. So is Corbett. Both drivers needing free passes.
Right now, those drivers are just racing for the free pass and banking on another caution, but everyone else, they're racing for the money here.
Yep. That's what it is.
Now, back to what I was saying, when that white flag, when Barney gives that white flag, that rush out of 4, we're probably going to see another mess happen here, probably. That rush out of 4 going to the trial board and then to the line. I'll probably will see 4 or 5 wide probably in that trial.
Many reels in here.
Looks like you have infinite 3 Frost saying his internet went out. Are you talking about the 10 of Haynes, are you?
Kenny Reel's your race controller. How about a big shout out for Kenny Reel?
He's seeing you right now in the chat.
Nice. I'm listening. This is the one opportunity when I don't call races that I get the chance to. I get to listen, so I'm listening.
That's the fun part about having a co-cop in there. You can get a bunch of useful information from them in the race.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jason, you restart.
Never happens. All right, drivers ready to go. Restart zone's coming up. We're going to have our first of 3 green, white, checkered attempts through the tri-oval. They're going. They're green. Through the gears, side by side. 18, better run on the outside. Good push coming from Matt Lee. We'll see if they can get organized enough on the back straightaway. 8 to the bottom side. Mistretta trying to keep the left side tires above that yellow line. That's one of the bigger things here. Going to drag the brake just a little bit, keep it close. 14 is going to be there. Side by side, 18, big run on the outside. They're going to be rolling back straightaway. Inside lane,
as we're going back to the gears, Jason, when do they go 3 wide here? As we're coming into 3 and 4 for maybe the second to last time.
They're gonna go 3 wide right about now.
I would see it coming too, Jason, as you do see him starting trying to get it set up. White flag in the air. Next flag into the race here at Talladega.
Long straightaway, here they go. 3 wide already. Little free. Inside's going to break. There's a wreck happening there. Almost. Good save from the 73. Side by side for the lead. 14, 8, 18, 77. They're rolling 2 by 2. Nobody pushing the nose. How about it inside? 9's going 3 wide. Pushing somebody to the outside. Big run happening.
And here they go. 3 wide. Go! Racing for the lead into 3 and 4.
Estretta's going to be there. He's going to be there on the inside. Big shove happening. Outside lane trying to prevail. Oh, baby. How about it? Oh, across the apron. 9 goes around. There's a big wreck happening toward the end. Watch the leaders. Here comes Jason Mistretta. Down to the bottom side. John Mullahan. Dylan C. Jones. Big run. Beating and banging. 18 to the outside. Can Matt Lee get it? Matt Lee rolling. 18 wins. That's Dylan C. Jones, Aswana, and Matt Lee, your top 3.
Well, Jason, this is going to be a fun one to watch. So why don't we go back and replay that whole last lap again? Whose onboard do you want us to watch that final lap on? So we can kind of see what happened.
Well, your leader just broke his car.
Let's go ahead and go watch the onboard of our race winner to see how he won this race. He's onboard of the 18 here. Of Jones. You see it all happening in his rearview mirror. And next thing you know, he sees nothing, makes contact. Still there, hold his line, stuck behind him, checker flag. What a race, Jason. What a night indeed.
A lot of contact happening throughout the end of that race.
A lot of contact indeed, Jason. Now, if we were on the white flag lap, we'd be stacking and racking them yet again.
A lot of contact. A lot of contact toward the end of the race, but you know what? A lot of freed up, a lot of drivers pushing hard. I think a lot of drivers got lifted up out of the air. But see, I know that they're talking about it in the race from the onboard portion of this one.
Jason, do you mind talking to the race controls a quick, letting them know if you get to the top 3, join the NASCAR trailer so we can talk to them? I agree, Devin Villa. It was a fun race to watch, fun race to call. This has been VBR Racing, McCollum Motorsports Monday Night Money Racing. Just give us here a few minutes so we can try to get the top 3 in here for you guys. So Jason, what were your thoughts coming in here tonight after just finishing up years at Fontana?
Super Speedway Racing. That's what it is.
That's right, because it's not if it's going to happen, it's when and where it's going to happen. And we saw it twice here tonight, Jason. Is yours trying to get some people in here now?
Well, so they've got they've got to review the end of this race. So this might be a money situation here.
Do you want to bring in some of these drivers and talk to them while we wait?
No, I think they've got what I'm listening to. They've got to review the end of this race. There's some money spots on the line, some things that happened toward the end of the race. They're going to do a review. So that's part of what I'm hearing, what I'm seeing. So when there's money on the line, you gotta make sure that you get your top 3 where they need to be.
So more than likely we won't be doing those post-race interviews tonight, then, Jason.
That's what I'm hearing. We're waiting to see. His internet went poof. Man, Jared did. Trev, what's going on? Good to see you, buddy.
Looks like here they are. Do you want to do first to third place, or how do you want to do this thing?
I can't see.
We got Matthew Lee, our third place finish. So I'm going to bring him up. If you want to talk to him real fast. Matthew Lee, Michael, and Jason in the booth. Get a copy.
Mr. Lee, can you hear us? You might be getting down there. All right, I think that might be. I don't know. Yeah, he's gonna be dropped back in. It's fine. They've got some things they're gonna review. I think that'll be how that works, and that's kind of the way things happen. Dylan C. Jones. Did you show the race results according to what they're seeing? Now, they're subject to change. They're always unofficial.
Yeah, these are your unofficial results presented by W Energy. If you're not going to read them off, Jason?
Yeah, Dylan C. Jones. Looks like Trevor Zwarnoff is going to be second. Matt Lee third. Chris Walker. Kenneth McCullough looks to be finishing 5th here when it comes to the race results that I see. Of course, through the rest of the field, you want to make sure that folks, when you're out there in these money races, you don't turn away from it. It's an absolute blast to see. I'm actually waiting for this thing to update again, so bear with me. Then Chris Walker, Kenneth McCullough, I talked about that. Ackert's going to finish in 6th. Looks like Ward just outside of those money positions in 7th. Scott Jr., Galati in 8th. It looks like McCullough. I'm sorry, at 9th. Joshua McCullough finishes in 10th. Mullahan. John was up there just running hard, man. What a good race he had going for him. He's the last driver on the lead lap. Estretta's going to be the first driver off the lead lap. Joe Vondell, Herbert Corbett, all drivers 1 lap down. Multiple lap downs for Biased. And then Jared had those internet connection issues and went poof, according to what we heard out there. Unfortunate circumstances there. But 18 drivers in today's race. It was good. It looked like it was just a good show.
It was, Jason. From all of us, thank you, Jason, for so much for joining me after you had your busy night. And thank you from all of us at VBR Racing Network. You can use code VBR24 at checkout for 20% off your order from now until the end of September. I'm Michael Bollinger alongside you, Jason. We like to say good night from Talladega. We'll see you next time here on the VBR, and good night, everybody.